the latest iPad, the latest model of iPhone. Do you really need that for school? Let's not even talk about the $1,000 that you have budgeted for all of these things, but you also want to set aside $200 for food. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. How you doing? Sheila9ers. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when next I do upload. Yeah, also like, comment, let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me, your girl Sheila9. See how that rolls? Yeah, as the title says, we are going to be doing some AmItheAsshole reaction. So let's get into this AITA reaction video. Yay. I'm gonna be reading it from my phone, and let's get into it. AITA to my Nigerian relatives. I am a US born citizen who married a Nigerian 11 months ago. I am a disabled veteran. My significant other came here for school. We spent our honeymoon helping our in-laws. They sent a 17-year-old son to a small, expensive private university in Texas. We live in Florida, and we have offered to go meet him at the airport and help him set up his dorm. His parents made no plans for him. He stayed with us in our hotel for 3 days until move-in day. He had $1,000 cash and a list of needs: towels, bedding, food, books, school supplies, groceries, water, the latest model iPhone, the latest Apple AirPods, clothing, but also set aside $200 to open a bank account for him. Just from knowing how I went to college and the things that I had on my list to go to college, the latest iPad, the latest model of iPhone, do you really need that for school? Let's not even talk about the $1,000 that you have budgeted for all of these things, but you also want to set aside $200 for food. So basically, you want the latest model of iPhone, the latest model of iPad for $800. That's excluding water, groceries, towels, beddings. Are you sure you want to go to school? Because I didn't have the latest that, and I'm not saying that, you know, other people didn't have that, but I'm just thinking priorities. You know, you're going to school, maybe a computer that would be good for you for school, not the latest. Yeah, it says the latest model iPhone, the latest model AirPods. Okay, before I digress, let me finish reading this. And open a bank account. $200 is open a bank account. All right, bank account for him. I'm a patient, resourceful person, a fairly good budget shopper. I stayed an extra 2 days to help the nephew. The list never ended. I mean, would it end with that budget, even if you're a budget spender? Okay, he got through his first semester. Oh, that's fantastic. His father wished he stayed with us, started in the summer. During COVID, no return ticket, no limitation on the stay, no clarification. We live in a 2-bedroom, 1,200 square feet apartment. The second bedroom is not set up for guests, it is my office. It is also tailored close to our bedroom, the bedroom of newlyweds trying to start their own family. I paid for the wedding. I paid for everything since my spouse's income is extremely limited. I've paid for $4,000 in immigration fees. I pay 80% of our living expenses. and somehow I keep food on the table and gas in the car. But feeding, sheltering, and entertaining a 17-year-old boy 24/7 for an unspecified length of time too? When the mother gave our dogs jobs and instructions, I put my foot down. I said, we are not paying this kid's phone bills anymore, and he is not staying here. He stayed with his aunt and in cousins in New York from April to October. He had a return ticket back home to Nigeria for Christmas break. He missed the flight. He was heartbroken and really looking forward to going back home. I've seen on video calls that school put at least 50 pounds of flesh on him. He's been living well on campus with an unlimited budget for the dining plan and school activities. He has friends and invites and lots of stuff to do. I was asked to be humble and host for Christmas break. For family, for Christmas, I sat through a solid 30 minutes tongue lashing by a resentful sister-in-law. I offered our home for the holidays. No cards or wedding gift from any Nigerian relatives. They have a large gated estate in Lagos, 3 cars, domestics, 2 senior management salaries. We have 2 bicycles, a 2006 Hyundai Azera, and overpriced rent, and my disability pay to support us. We get requests monthly for money from Nigerian friends and fam. My attitude is soaring. And the person is asking for a give it to them straight. Being a Nigerian and coming from a Nigerian home, the question is to my Nigerian, I don't think you're being an asshole to your Nigerian relatives. I just think that they never really understand the standard or whatever it is that's going on behind the scenes, and to send your kid to school with $1,000, it's not enough money. What I also want to say is, when you do the conversion rate to Naira in Nigeria, that is a ton of money. That being said though, I think when you have the choice to send your kid abroad to school, I think there is research that needs to be done. I think there should be a level of understanding that you are going to be funding that education, and to know what is needed. You might not get all of the information that you need, but doing the necessary research as far as like calling the school up and maybe speaking to other international kids that are already on campus to know how to budget, how to plan. And if you feel like you need to stay a little bit longer back home before you come to the US to go to school, I think that would be beneficial. That way you're saving up enough money to be able to go to school. But then at the same time, it's more of this entitlement that there's no prior discussion to the person that's already living abroad or in the US to make sure that the kid, when they come here, is well taken care of. And when you compare the lifestyle in Nigeria to the lifestyle in the US, yes, things are a little bit more accessible, but the money is also, the cost of living is just not up to par. And when you are comparing what someone is making here and you do the conversion rates to what is back home, they don't necessarily see that as, okay, the little money that you're making is enough to cater to us back home. But then how were they planning to have this kid, live life in the US? So I would say you're not the asshole. I would say you're not, but others might, just being a Nigerian. And once someone makes it, everyone can and should hopefully be able to make it from you. But then I think it also gets exhausting in the grand scheme of things, because then it's like you're never going to be able to make the things that you want as an individual when you are worried about catering and taking care of other people with the limited source of income that you have. And it's interesting that when the kid was staying with you, there was no support from the family back home, and they just expected you to take care of the kid. And I don't think it is fair. But then to also ask that you are humble and host for Christmas break, I think you're already being humble enough to take time out of your day, losing a paycheck, or maybe using your PTO when you could be working and saving your PTO for, yourself and your spouse trying to start a new family. I think that no matter how much you assist this family, they're not gonna view it as you being helpful, which is why using the term humble is like, okay, you're still on your high horses because you're living abroad, you're living in the US, and the stuff that you have done in their eyes, in their views, is not enough. So they would need you to help them more and do what it is that you can do for them. And at the same time, it's just a little bit of, like you said, your attitude is sour. And so I don't blame you that it is. At the same time though, I don't know I don't know the location of where you had your wedding, but to say no card or wedding gift from any Nigerian relatives is maybe a bias that you're holding against them already. So the situation might be allowing your attitude to sour in the highest degree, is potentially, because if you were expecting something for them or from them and they never really came through with the gifts or anything like that, then it's like, okay, I didn't get anything from you, so why are you expecting something from me? I could see where that could also be an issue. At the same time, I also read that like on video calls he's put on pounds. I don't know why you specified that he's gaining weight, but that's okay. He's staying at his aunt and his cousins in New York, so I guess they are treating him to good food that he's able to gain weight. Are you saying that he didn't gain weight when he was with you? Were you feeding this kid? I don't know. I'm not trying to judge or anything, but overall I would say that you are not the asshole. Let's see what the comments are saying about you. I would say, not the asshole. You aren't obligated to finance your in-laws or their wishes. Your husband needs to step in and put a stop to their greedy nonsense. Others are saying that these people are using you as a cash cow, like I mentioned. Now would be a good time to have a serious talk with your spouse about it. It says, not the asshole, but your spouse should be dealing with this mess and saying no, not you. Or you could say yes, but say it will cost them amounts per day. Make sure you include gratuity. So it's like, okay, discuss this with the family, the parents of the kids, so that they make sure that they know, yes, I could assist, but I'm not going to be the one that's funding this or be the cash cow. There's a price to having this kid in my home, having to take care of this kid. Like, yeah, I could be the security, put a roof over their head, but when it comes to feeding them, when it comes to things that they want to do, then this is where you would need to step in and just put your foot down. And one more comment before we wrap it up. Another perspective, one more comment. Not the asshole, but I feel like you should have known these issues before you got married, as it is part of their tradition. There's this expectation and this entitlement that comes with being Nigerian, which I am also Nigerian, so I get it. And it's a more so like, we're family, we should take care of each other, which to a degree can become a sense of entitlement. I would also explain, while it's their culture, it's not yours, they need to respect the fact that you don't have the money to be helping them. Put your foot down with your husband and his family if he or them doesn't respect that, then you know they don't respect you and seriously need to rethink your relationship. And the thing that I do want to point out is, yes, you are a US born citizen who's married to 11 months ago. This is 11 months and they're already having all of this requirement of you, like you just married into the family. Yes, you've been dating for a while, but sometimes the larger family is not included. But to say that now your family and just 11 months in, you are already being put in this position can make someone salty, can definitely sour your attitude. But you're also a disabled veteran, which is something that I feel like might not be common knowledge. If that's something that you're sharing with us, do they also know that you are a disabled veteran? If they're all in Nigeria and yet you are in the US, is that something that they know? So as far as like making sure that they are aware of the situation, having that conversation with them will probably help. And overall, you are not the asshole. And let's see what Reddit has deemed you. You are not the asshole. So there you have it. And I do not want this video to go any longer. So if you like this version or this type of videos, please let me know in the comment section. Give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe. And I have been Sheila9. I will see you in my next reaction video. Bye.